Thank you for tuning into the Walk in Truth Radio Network. Stay tuned for an encouraging word from Pastor, Teacher Dr. James Sutton. Let's see what Pastor Sutton has to say to us today.
Hello, this is Pastor Jay of Walk in Truth Radio Network with your encouraging word for today. It is inspired by a sermon that I heard this past Sunday, the 8th. Please go back and check it out on the Walk in Truth Radio Network YouTube page, Facebook page. Just search us in your internet bar and you'll find us. It's inspired by what my pastor said, Pastor Dr. Julius Sims of Word of Life Christian Church. So many nuggets, so many gems, so many words of wisdom to hang your hat on based upon scripture. And one of the things that he talked about that I want to just briefly discuss with you today is our prayers of deliverance. And he said something, and I have thought about this before, and then when I reflected on it, it is so true. As saints of God, we are to lay our burdens on Christ. And it tells us that. Cast all our cares. Don't be anxious. Cast all our cares on him. And he is faithful. But if you really be honest, all the things, or a lot of the things, maybe even most of the things that I've asked God to deliver me from are still before me. Just think how great the world would be for us if everything we ask God to take away, deliver us from, take away, it disappeared in the instant we prayed a prayer of deliverance. Or we truly went to one of these guru side shows, these carnival shows, where you're paying a prophet money to be delivered from something, and it's delivered. And a lot of times what happens is that which we've been asked to be delivered from, like Paul, is still there. It's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. Sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better, but it's still there. So it's almost comical because that's what life is. It's not about being delivered to the point that everything that goes wrong in your life, or everything that you don't want, whether it's sickness, whether it's finance, whether it's relationships, just completely disappear. What happens is the most awesome thing. In the circumstances, the CIAs of life, your circumstances, incidents, and accidents of life, some God will take away. But a lot of times, God is leaving you in. Think about Paul and the thorn in his flesh. That was to what? Buffet him. Now let's think about this. The purpose for being not delivered was to develop him. Oh my God, that was so... Look, did you just get what I said? I said the purpose for not being delivered was to be developed. Think about it. It's to mature you to the point that your circumstance, incident, or accident of life doesn't have the impact it had on you yesterday that causes you to miss God's development, which is called sanctification. We are being conformed into his image through the sufferings that we go through. 2 Timothy tells us, share in the sufferings as a good soldier. Why? Because it's the sufferings that develop the character to carry the gift that gets people saved. The sufferings develop the character that carry the gift that you're supposed to give out to get people saved. So when you give your testimony, they can see the development or the sanctifying power of God in your life, putting light in your life where darkness is, but still reminding you that this is deliverance through development and not necessarily taking it away. Whereas you can look at that thing differently because you have the mind of Christ, you have the eyes of Christ, and you're being conformed into his image. Think about it. So when I pray my prayer of deliverance, I leave it up to God's prerogative, his providence, to decide how he wants to develop me, either through removing or allowing, but building me up either way. That will preach anywhere, because that's not based upon things disappearing like a genie. It's based upon maturing even though. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to preach on this coming Sunday. I love when my pastor comes because he gives me so much understanding of what I've been thinking about and the power of no. I done preached on that before. He just confirmed it. He didn't even realize that I had a session with some people and we're talking about the power of no. So that's all, folks. You know, I'm just excited. So I always want you to be encouraged, blessed, and at peace. Always remember, walk in the truth for the Lord. And think about this. Deliverance or development. Deliverance and development. No deliverance, all development. God is working on you. Be at peace.
Thank you for tuning into Monday Morning Conversation with Pastor J and T Drake. Grab your coffee, tea, or milk, and let's talk about the topic for today. Let's get the conversation going.